No, I can't calm down. Bitch, I'm too turned up.
Secrets under secrets. The Haney. Oh my god. The Haney deception, bro. Yo, this fight was so interesting because I watched it, bro. I'm just like, bro, Garcia really just won, bro. I'm like, I feel, and also like the supplements he was taking, bro. I feel like it's not really what it is, bro. It's like we're gonna call those PEDs.
Picture of Devin Haney, but what is it? What could it be? This man knows what's strange about this picture of Devin Haney, and so do we. And after watching his video, you will know too. Soon you will also know the significance of this picture of Ryan Garcia. There is something very bizarre going on here, and we now have a public split between two sides in a peculiar case in boxing, the Devin Haney side and the Ryan Garcia side. And now you get to hear things from the perspective of an insider. Pay close attention to what you are about to see and what you are about to hear, because it will likely change your perspectives on one of the most important conflicts in current boxing history. To begin, I only want you to think about one word, because that word is the most important word of this entire segment. Wait.
Wait.
Devin Haney just took his first official loss at the hands
This is
of
when Garcia was lower. Yeah, he was a lower weight than when he fought Tank.
Ryan Garcia on April 20th, 2024. There was wild controversy leading up to this fight, including serious threats.
And I'm sending my son to go kill him, and it's gonna be a homicide on April the 20th.
Insults.
Tomorrow, the world will see that I'm levels above this average fighter.
And weight problems. Ryan Garcia did not make the official weigh-in limit of 140 pounds. Devin Haney weighed in at 140 pounds and Ryan Garcia weighed in at 143 pounds. Ryan Garcia paid 7 figures to Team Haney for the 3-pound discrepancy. The Haneys took the financial settlement and agreed to continue with the fight with no problem. Although Ryan missed weight, most observers thought that the 3 pounds would make no difference, because most observers thought that Ryan Garcia was simply outmatched in this contest against Devin Haney. The Haneys clearly stated the 3 pounds would not matter.
At any point, did you consider not taking the fight, considering he missed weight by over 3?
Of course not. It don't matter what weight what weight he came in. I'm a true champion, and I will show it.
Here is where things get very bizarre. After the embarrassing beating Devin Haney took from Ryan Garcia, the narrative suddenly changed. Devin Haney mentioned the word weight multiple times post-fight, alluding to the idea that weight was the reason he lost.
He didn't make weight, so I'm still the champion.
Many fans.
You know what's very interesting about that? A lot of fighters, okay. It's like, I don't know, I heard Joe talk about it. It's like they'll gain or lose like water weight. No, they'll lose hella water weight just to weigh in, right? He wasn't like I think who did this? What are you saying who did this? He was like Alex Pereira. He just literally got a whole machine. It's a whole thing, right? They'll just lose hella water weight or something. Make weight and then they'll be good and they'll be like what? Their regular walking weight the next day for the fight, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's that to think about.
Analysts began to even say that Ryan Garcia cheated, or Ryan Garcia had an unfair advantage, including retired professional boxer.
I think Garcia literally just outboxed him, bro. Honestly, whole fight, I'm like,
step into the ring, you have an advantage over somebody that actually made the weight, and it was a tough weigh in for Devin Haney. That's victory right here. I'll give you credit for it, but with an asterisk next to it. Telling you right now, guys, my man cheated. He set this up.
Here's where all of the problems begin. Were the circumstances of this fight really unfair, or is this case deeper than what lies on the surface? To find the answer, we must look at none other than Devin Haney himself. You're about to see something here in greater detail than you've ever seen. Let's take a look at Devin Haney's history of fairness and weight through his last 4 opponents. This is the weigh-in between Devin Haney and his last opponent before Ryan Garcia, Regis Prograis. Did you hear that? What did he say? No, you missed it. Play it again. He said, You're too small.
You're too small.
This is the weigh-in between Devin Haney and Vasily
Ooh,
Lomachenko.
well, I'm telling you, when weight
Can you
plays a
read
big
lips?
part in who you fighting.
Again,
What?
you're too small.
Shit.
You're too small.
Devin Haney saying you're too small if you're reading lips. I don't think
It's
This
like,
is
yo,
the weigh-in between Devin Haney and
no matter
George
if you
Kambosos.
block it like this,
Are
block
you
it this,
reading?
you
He said it again.
gonna feel
You're
it.
too small. You're too small.
I'm telling you, bro.
So we see a pattern.
Every hit is just gonna be
and
like,
trust
damn,
me,
because it's like, whoa.
This pattern is far more important and bizarre than you may think for two reasons. Reason one, because unquestionably,
200 pounds
these
was 150
are
pounds.
the
Like, come on.
biggest fights of Devin Haney's career. The fights that launched him into conversations of being the best powerful pound fighter in the world. The conversation of being the best fighter in the world, according to his father, Bill Haney.
Devin is truly the best fighter on the planet. My nickname for Devin is Superman.
This is extremely bizarre because on his fight path to prove himself as a top-level fighter, Devin Haney is telling his opponents with pure confidence that you are too small, indicating that he has a significant size advantage. Reason two why this pattern is so important and bizarre is because of what you're about to see next. Devin Haney fought Regis Prograis in California at the 140-pound weight limit, but on the night of the fight, Haney gained a 9-pound weight advantage over Regis Prograis because after the weigh-in, Haney went from 140 pounds all the way up to 165 pounds overnight. This is a 25-pound increase in less than 24 hours. This was unquestionably illegal under the terms of the Regis Prograis contract, but also it was clearly illegal under the terms of the California State Athletic Commission. Don't believe that? Take a look at this. According to this article released by ESPN.com in 2019, CSAC, the California State Athletic Commission, one of the largest combat sports regulatory bodies in the world, voted Tuesday to pass a rule that would cancel a fight if a competitor weighed more than 15% above the contracted weight on the day of the event. The new rule was passed by a vote of 5-0 during a meeting at the Millennium Biltmore Hotel. What that means is that the official weight was 140 pounds. The fighters can only gain up to 15% of 140 pounds after the weigh-in. So what is 15% of 140 pounds? That's 21 pounds. Each fighter could have legally
I need to pay that back.
gained up to 15% of 140 pounds
15%.
after the weigh-in. So what is 15%
Whoa, again,
of
50. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Their weight in, make sure they get the weight specifically. Right back in the fight, they just gained 15% of 140.
pounds? That's 21
21 pounds just in between the weigh-in and the fight. That's fucking crazy, bro. Yo, that's like, okay, like, bro, imagine you gotta weigh in like what, 140, right? Nigga, the fight come by, bro. You're like you're 161, bro. No way.
pounds.
That's crazy.
Each fighter could have legally rehydrated.
You're 180,
up
then
to
you're 201.
161 pounds. Even though that was far more than enough room for legal rehydration, Haney swelled all of the way up from 140 pounds to 165 pounds, which was illegal by 4 full pounds. He crossed the legal line by 4 full pounds.
So you have
while
20. So that's like
was
the
well within the legal
barrier,
rehydration terms
barrier.
because he only rehydrated to
Gray area.
156 pounds. To be clear, Haney illegally swells up an entire 25 pounds, and Prograis
I won't lie.
legally only increased
there,
by
like-
16 pounds.
Damn, I
Would
feel
you
like
like to know
every
the
boxer. I
weirdest
feel like
thing
it's such a
about this
meta in
entire
boxing, bro. Like
scenario?
you just gotta,
All
you really just gotta cut weight in a way where it's just like, okay, when you come to the fight, you're just gonna be like, you know.
Though there were whispers in the alternative boxing media community about Haney being a weight bully, many media outlets praised Haney and lifted his image while certifying his reputation as one of the top fighters in his division, even though they knew of his incident of coming in illegally overweight versus Prograis.
This is the best Devin Haney. I'm sold, people. And what I saw, that last night was unbelievable.
He put on a hell of a ring performance against a very rugged, strong, determined.
That was a sensational performance there from Devin Haney. What did you make of it?
Just an absolute masterclass.
We're going to be dealing with Devin Haney for a long time, and he's going to be a nightmare for everybody around him. In terms of what's next, I don't think anybody with a boxing brain gives two hoots about watching him fight Ryan Garcia. They don't belong in the same ring together right now.
In our view, this is a terrible look for Team Haney and the supporters that ignored the fact that he was illegally overweight versus Progress and his crucial history of weight bullying tactics. Listen to what Progress himself has to say about this.
I mean, it was reported. California State Athletic Commission said Devin was 165 pounds. And he's always been the bigger guy in the ring. And Ryan just pulled a curveball and decided that he was going to be the bigger guy in this fight. What do you make of that entire sequence of how that ended up developing?
I mean, it's a go around, come around type of thing, bro. Like, they did it to me, and it happened to them. That's all. You know, you can't complain about it. If you took the fight, that's why I never really said nothing about it. You know, I saw how big he was, and in the ring, I feel like it's a karma thing, right? Because when my fight with Devin, he came in big as shit. In my contract, it was illegal. You can't do that in the contract. Like, that much weight, you cannot put that much weight on in my contract. When they fought me, how big he was, you cannot. It was literally, you're not supposed to do it. And then when we fought at, you're not supposed to come in that big. So that was illegal too. And
it's so crazy. That's such a crazy shift because normally your weight can fluctuate between like 5 pounds, maybe 5, maybe 7 pounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? To go from, I'm telling you, yo, what do you weigh in at 165, bro? See, that's so crazy.
Did the same thing that he did to me. Ryan did the same thing to him. So for me, I just say, bro, it just all karma. That's all. But I never complained about it. For me, I say, whatever. You know, it is what it is. For me, I take my lick on. I lost the fight. That's what it is. But I know it was illegal.
The information only gets worse from here. Come with me. Remember this? Progress, you're too small. Lomachenko, you're too small. Kambosos, you're too small. Joseph Diaz, wait, is he too small too? Let's see. Devin Haney fought Joseph Diaz at 135 pounds. Diaz is 5'6" and Haney is 5'8". Diaz has a 64-inch reach and Haney has a 71-inch reach. This gives Haney major advantages, a 2-inch height advantage and a 7-inch reach advantage. And you can clearly see the major size advantage that Haney has when the two fighters are in the ring here. Kambosos, you're too small. Devin Haney fought Kambosos at 135 pounds. Kambosos is 5'9" and Haney is 5'8". Kambosos has a 68-inch reach and Haney has a 71-inch reach. This gives Haney a 3-inch reach advantage. Oh, and remember the illegal 25-pound weight increase that Haney took when he fought Regis Progress? Did you think that was the only time that happened? You would be wrong. That was happening in fights well before the Progress fight. Here's Mauricio Suleiman, president of the WBC, talking to Bill Haney about his son Devin Haney gaining 24 pounds after the weigh-ins. And he's talking about Haney fights that took place well before the Progress fight.
Several times that you were thinking of moving up to super lightweight.
Exactly.
And your son, after the fight, after the weigh-in, the next day he was 24 pounds over the weight division. So we had reasons that he could be.
When was he 24 pounds over?
After the weigh-in, the next day when he fought, he was 24 pounds heavier than the day.
He was hydrated. You said he hydrated up 20 to 24
Absolutely.
pounds.
So
Okay.
So here we have a 3-inch reach advantage for Haney, and he outweighed Kambosos significantly on the night of the fight. Lomachenko, you're too small. Devin Haney fought Lomachenko at 135 pounds. Loma is 5'7" and Haney is 5'8". Loma has a 65-inch reach and Haney has a 71-inch reach. This gives Haney major size advantages, a 1-inch height advantage and a 6-inch reach advantage.
Devin's too big. Like, I think the size, don't get me wrong, Lomachenko could fight. Devin is way out of his weight class. Like, he's gonna make 35 and then shoot up to 150, 160, 9 times out of 10. And Lomachenko is gonna be 137, 138.
You can clearly see the major size advantage that Haney has when the two fighters are in the ring here.
Right.
Progress, you're too small. Devin Haney fought Regis Progress at 140 pounds. Progress is 5'8", and Haney is 5'8". Progress has a 67-inch reach, and Haney has a 71-inch reach. Progress weighed 156 pounds the night of the fight, and Haney weighed 165 pounds because of the illegal 25-pound weight increase. This gives Haney
the
major size advantage.
He
has a 4-inch reach advantage and an illegal 9-pound weight advantage. And you can clearly see the major size advantage that Haney has when the two fighters are in the ring here. That isn't beside
9 pounds. What's 9 pounds, bro? 9 pounds is 10 water bottles, chat. About. Give or take.
Devin Haney supporters accuse Ryan Garcia of cheating and having an unfair weight advantage.
But, you know, give or take,
he
he's probably
missed weight by
10,
3 pounds against Devin Haney. And Devin Haney actually did cheat in his last fight before Ryan Garcia versus Prograis because he swelled up 25 pounds and was illegally overweight by 4 full pounds while having a weight advantage over his opponent of 9 pounds. Yet Devin Haney says he always wants everything to be fair.
I want to be on an even playing field. It's only fair that, you know, when we step in that ring, we're equal.
Things get even worse from here, but let's summarize this. Progress, too small. Lomachenko, too small. Tambosas, too small. Diaz, way too small. Linares, because of Haney's excessive weight gain after weigh-ins, too small. And too old. Gamboa, way too small. Devin Haney, who is being sold to boxing fans as the best fighter on the planet and a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter, and the next Floyd Mayweather, has had a career fight trajectory path of his last 6 opponents to build his credibility as a top-level fighter. And he has had major size weight advantages over every single opponent. He also actually lost in the eyes of many observers to one of the smallest opponent of them all, which was Vasily Lomachenko. So the best fighter in the world has proved himself beating the most important opponents of his career by having multiple advantages over them while illegally breaking the rules of weight and rehydration in some of those fights in the process. But then, when Devin Haney finally fights a fighter his age, and most importantly, a fighter his size in Ryan Garcia, this happens.
Whoa! Whoa! This is his song? No way, even his song. What? This nigga made a song, bro. Oh my god. Tell you, bro, I was like, wow. Whoa!
This is not good because you cannot say this about any other top fighter at 135 to 140 pounds. You cannot say that any of them has had this type of consecutive streak of major size advantages. If you look at their last 7 fights, which were the most important fights of their careers also, you can't say this about Ryan Garcia. You can't say this about Gervonta Davis. You can't even say this about Shakur Stevenson. You can't say this about Teofimo Lopez. And as a bonus, you can't say this about Vasily Lomachenko. And you certainly cannot say this about Floyd Mayweather. When he was rising from 135 to 147, Mayweather was almost always fighting fighters his size or larger.
See, that's why he the GOAT, bro. He really a 50-year-old bro straight, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Rising, bro. Like, what?
This gets even worse from here. Things get even more bizarre because of one word: accusations.
Accusations.
After Ryan Garcia demolished Devin Haney, there was a shockwave that
I'm
exploded.
telling you, bro, this whole fight, bro, I'm telling you, Garcia really is outboxing, bro. It was like, I really felt he was outspacing him very
the
well.
sport of boxing because of this surprising upset. Then, out of nowhere,
To have that win taken away, they took $1 million away from this nigga, bro. That's fucking crazy. Over what? A supplement? The whole. They're talking about weight now. You feel me? They're talking about weight. And it's like if Devin Haney becoming in at higher weights above the gray area, it's like, okay, you know. But apparently that's the matter.
Reports came out that
let's see
Ryan
what he
Garcia had tested positive for 2 performance enhancement drugs, including a substance ostarine and also 19-norandrosterone. Accusations swirled like wildfire, choosing Ryan Garcia as a steroid abuser and a cheater. And a day after the news broke, guess who quickly popped up on ESPN to double down on the accusations? That's right, Devin Haney. What I'm about to say is very important. Devin Haney went on ESPN to launch a full assault on Ryan Garcia's character before Ryan Garcia even had a fair trial regarding the initial test results. He completely ignored the fact that there is a process after positive test results are released, because the B sample has to be tested, evidence needs to be gathered, circumstances need to be studied and evaluated. The investigation has to play out because errors could have been made by the testing agency. Ryan Garcia's supplements could have been contaminated, along with many other alternative possibilities. But instead of being fair and allowing Ryan Garcia the time for fair investigation, Devin Haney goes on a full character assault. The irony. In this interview, Haney talks about wanting to be on an even playing field.
Hey, I won't lie, he's technically smart for this, bro. Because he says, I tell you, bro, he sees, the nigga I just lost to, everybody's saying second service. Let me assassinate his character first before the official facts could come out, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's technically smart by him. And at the end, it's crazy. Honestly, bro, let's keep saying
wanting to be equal and fair with his opponents. He goes on to talk about Ryan Garcia's character and cheating. He also went on to say Garcia would do anything to win, including cheat. Remember these words. All of this is about to get even deeper because of 2 words: the split.
Why is this important?
The earth-shattering news that Ryan Garcia tested positive for banned substances created a split.
What does that tweet say?
News that
Ryan Garcia tested positive for PED, ostarine, the day before and the day of his upset win over Devin Haney. Per Veda, letter obtained by ESPN, Garcia has 10 days to request his B sample be tested. A sample also screened positive for 19. Whoa. I'll confirm. Hold on. What the fuck is this? What is this? What the fuck is this? Yo, what is that? Yo, what the fuck is that? Bro, what is this? See, what is that? Hold on. Oh, some real shit. What is that though? 19 norandrosterone. Norandrosterone. Drosterone. Okay, this is one of the shit he was accused of having, or like, you know, being tested positive for. Also known as, this is the little Kemi. Traces of nosodostrone may be naturally present in human urine. An experiment conducted on athletes showed that after a prolonged intense effort, the 19, this is called the 19. See, words like this don't need to be existing, bro. They should call it the 19 Nora. You know what I'm saying? 19 Nora, bro. Might as well, right? You got it. Come on, bro. But what's the little thing? What's the little whatever, right? Concentration can be increased by a factor of varying between 2 and 4, but other studies fail to replicate the result. Concentration also increases in the urine of female athletes during menstruation. The consumption of edible parts of a non-castrated pig containing 19 nora or norte. Whoa, that's a different one. Has been shown to result in excretion of 19 nora in the following hours. So athletes should be prudently avoid meals composed of pig in the hours preceding drop tests. Consumptions of boar meat, liver, kidneys also boar meat, liver, kidneys, and heart also increase. So it's either he be eating pigs, he's taking his drug, or he's like liver. I heard liver is really good for you, and like meat. You know what I'm saying? Just eat meat. Now what's the first one? Ostarine. What's that one? What the fuck? What the fuck? WebMD. Uses side effects and more. Is a type of drug called selective androgen receptor. It's not approved by FDA, but it's also sometimes found in supplements. See, I'm pretty sure he posted a supplement, right? Ostarine also attaches in proteins in the body known as androgen receptors. When ostarine binds to these receptors, it tells muscles to grow. People use ostarine for athletic performance and voluntary weight loss due to illness, breast cancer, for example, and many other conditions. But there is no good scientific evidence to support these uses. Ostarine is an investigational drug and therefore is not approved by use of FDA. Despite this, it is still sometimes found in dietary supplements. Practically, those marketed for bodybuilding, ostarine along with those SARMs, is banned in the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA. Okay. WADA?
Ryan Garcia tested positive for banned substances, created a split that divided the boxing world and fans into two sides, the Garcia side and the Haney side. After this section, you will get to decide which side you're on. Those that sided with Devin Haney immediately voiced their opinion that Ryan Garcia likely
let's have it finish the video, bro.
And those that sided with Garcia seemed to be suspicious of foul play or just expressed enough confidence in Ryan Garcia's character that he wouldn't cheat. Those that sided with Ryan Garcia includes one of the most popular active boxing stars, the undefeated Gervonta Tank Davis. Coach Ellis, one of Gervonta Davis's coaches, Mexican boxing
Tank really said,
Canelo Alvarez,
he said, yo, instinct.
Mosley, former coach Romero, Coach Bullet, and Ellie Sekpak, veteran boxing reporter from ES News. Those that sided with Haney includes the likes of former boxer Timothy Bradley, former HBO commentator Jim Lampley, former boxer Zab Judah, who was a close friend of Bill Haney and godfather of Devin Haney, George Kambosos, who was an active boxer and former opponent of Devin Haney, Peter Garcia, current boxing trainer, and one more very important individual to this entire bizarre case. Now let's take a listen to what Haney's reporters had to say about this case.
First temple he popped for, I don't, what is it? What was this? Ostarine or whatever, performance enhancement drug or whatever. Look, man, VADA is a trusted company. Just put it that way, a trusted company. I believe in VADA. Whatever was in the A sample should be in the B sample. Okay, it should be in it. All right.
I think it's very unfortunate that he tested positive for a banned substance.
Well, we also read that.
He says, "Oh,
what was it?
My basic belief, strong belief."
Ostarine was used for like in supplements for like bodybuilding, shots, weight loss. You know what I'm saying?
Scientists.
Also, the 19 nora is also found in like a lot of foods, like athletes' urine. You know what I'm saying? People take protein, and all these things bind to protein as well.
Devin Haney is still pound for pound, #1.
If this is the truth and he has tested positive, especially for this thing, as well as putting in the 3 pounds heavier that he came in, using every bit of advantage plus a cheating advantage, it's a bad move, it's a bad look, it's a dog act. When you start to play games where you've come in heavy, all right, obviously Devin's usually got the advantage being the bigger guy, but Ryan try to twist it on them and do the same.
He tested positive. That's period. End of story. He tested positive.
And who is this mystery figure that sided with Devin Haney? This is Victor Conte. Victor Conte is the man behind the biggest scandal in the nutrition supplements business. The scandal landed Conte in court along with multiple superstar athletes for cheating on a mass scale. He was convicted for selling undetectable performance enhancement drugs to world athletes in 2005. In 1984, San Francisco, California, Conte founded Balco, the Bay Area Laboratory Cooperative. The company collected information on world-class athletes and developed nutrition programs for them. But Conte has always been walking a thin line between innocent nutritional supplements and illegal performance-enhancing drugs. He's been noted for saying, "Powerful athletes are going to want some of my supplements, and I can get them into their bodies faster than the FDA can say they are safe and faster than the anti-doping agency can say whether or not they are legal or illegal." He has admitted to sitting with athletes and watching them inject his undetectable substances. Conte has also admitted to hiring employees from the testing facilities. These employees would work with Conte behind the scenes and feed him information so that his athletes would remain undetectable. Let's see what Victor had to say about cheating even after he was convicted.
It's not cheating if everybody's doing it. And if you've got the knowledge that that's what everybody's doing, and those are the real rules of the game, then you're not cheating.
And now, years and years after the scandal, Conte has developed a new company called SNAC. SNAC uses clinical science to develop new ways to optimize human performance in athletes. The company seems to be similar to Conte's old company, Balco, in the way it provides cutting-edge supplements to athletes. Now Victor Conte and SNAC has a whole new stable of boxers that it supports. One of the main boxers that Conte and SNAC supports these days is none other than Devin Haney. Devin Haney, the same fighter that has been confirmed to illegally gain a major weight advantage by swelling up 25 pounds after weigh-ins. Devin Haney, the fighter that's had a suspicious history of excessive weight gain in his past 7 fights since he joined the SNAC program around 2020. Let's see what Victor Conte has to say about Ryan Garcia and the PEB test results.
He has somehow suggested that you are, in a way, behind his failing of these drug tests. I would love to get your response.
More than a decade ago, when VADA first started, I was one of the first trainers that was referring my fighters, world champions. The first one was Nonito Donaire. I have been sending my fighters, obviously because of my background, okay, and things that happened back in 2003, so I refer my fighters to VADA. Did I introduce Margaret Goodman and Flip Amansky that run VADA to people like Dick Pound, who was the founding chairman of WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, and others that helped them be able to do the testing at WADA accredited labs? Yes, I made some introductions.
So you are not behind Ryan Garcia's positive?
I am not behind Ryan Garcia's positive drug tests. Let's, for just a moment, talk about Devin Haney, my guy. Devin Haney, my guy. Devin Haney, my guy. And how horrible this is for him. And until we get a reasonable explanation from Ryan, the burden of proof is on him to prove there was no intent to cheat. Because otherwise, I don't care if somebody...
But it's like, see how I'm saying? They like, you feel me? At least in my opinion.
I don't care if somebody snuck into your room and spiked your toothpaste, you're going to be responsible. The burden is on him.
As you can see, Conte is very serious about his support of Devin Haney. And I can tell you, this connection could be more deeply woven than you think. Take a listen to what Garcia's reporters had to say about this case.
Let it be clear that Victor Conte is the steroid master. that's over all of this stuff. Boxing, he's over the boxing stuff. So it is kind of odd to me that Ryan's getting popped at the last minute when they did all these different tests leading up to the fight, and then when he wins against Devin Haney, now all of a sudden he's doing steroids. So that's my take on it, is that, I mean, I couldn't trust what Victor Conte's saying, because he's actually the guy that administers steroids to everybody. And he's actually the guy that, you know, does steroids and testing. It's kind of weird to me that there's a conflict of interest. It's weird. And knowing that Devin Haney is his guy, you know, that he sponsors or whatever. So now he wants Devin Haney to look good and beat the victor, because he was supposed to win, being on snack or whatever it is, that whatever type of clear cream steroid he is given to Devin Haney. I don't know.
And I know that Devin worked with a snake, Victor, so I feel as though it's just people going at him. I don't think that's him. I don't really think that he did use it. So why ain't come out that Tuesday or that week? They waited till Canelo fight to push that he had something in his drug. Then once they pushed that, Devin and them was on ESPN that night promoting that he would. It's all and I'm telling you.
Some of the news that happened with Ryan, do you believe some of the stuff that's happened? Or
Not at all. Not at all. You just gotta let the truth rise to the top.
Canelo, what would you say to Ryan Garcia for the things he's going through right now?
You know, you need to calm down and
Shout out Canelo. Canelo.
Let
that was boxing.
Speak, because I know Ryan,
Yeah.
and I don't think he do it like bad things.
Devin Haney was on ESPN last night, his first public appearance since his fight with Ryan Garcia. A lot of controversies going on. It came out this week that Ryan Garcia tested positive for 2 substances that athletes are not supposed to take. I'm telling you guys, I don't think Ryan took anything on purpose. I don't think he's a cheater. That's from me knowing him personally. We'll have to wait till the dust settles. Even Canelo Alvarez said yesterday, don't jump to conclusions. Wait to see how things unfold.
I know that Victor Conte has been brought into this
for years.
And so that
Victor is a genius when it comes to this shit. He's had track star, he has football players back in the day. Dev is on with the snack program, and the same thing Vada that he has, he knows these substances. Now, if they're gonna use that as a weapon against Ryan, Ryan gotta be careful because he knows the facts. He got the blood, he got everything.
So you think it's possible that he could have been set up in this
If
fight?
you're dealing with the same individual, yes, definitely. 2 of the same situation from one main common denominator, yes. He could have been set up.
Very interesting considering the excessive weight gain of Devin Haney. And here comes the most bizarre piece of evidence of this entire case. Ryan Garcia passed all of his vigorous drug tests leading up to the fight, but then suddenly tested positive for the tests that were taken the day before the fight, which was April the 19th, and the day of the fight, which was April the 20th. However, the test results were not sent out by VADA until May the 1st, which was 11 full days after the fight. As you can see here, Dan Raphael posted the VADA letter he received, and it is dated for May the 1st.
Athletic Commission.
Oh, and remember this name.
Kim Sandler.
ESPN released a
Cheap
report
viewers.
on their website.
Cheap viewers. 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 Cheap. What the fuck? Cheap viewers. Cheap.
On
Hold on. Actually, hold on. Like, actually. Yo, what the fuck? Oh.
May the 1st also, through an article posted by Mike Carpenter. No news outlet was aware of this story until May the 1st, 11 days after the fight. So no one knew. Well, no one knew except Devin Haney's brother, Sean Haney. Sean Haney posted a very bizarre video on his social media page on April the 23rd, only 3 days after the fight, stating that Ryan Garcia was going to test positive for a drug test.
Ryan did everything wrong and won, but like I said, no excuses. All glory be to Allah. But something crazy though is I was on the prayer mat today and Allah was just telling me he's gonna test positive for his drug test. Keeps going in my brain and I'm like, no excuses. I mean, everything happens for a reason. He keeps saying he's gonna test positive for his drug test. He's gonna test positive for his drug test. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, all glory be to Allah.
So Devin Haney's brother says repeatedly, Ryan Garcia is going to test positive for a drug test. He's going to test positive for a drug test. No one else finds out until 11 days after the fight, but you somehow find out 3 days after the fight through some type of telepathic intervention. Listen, we are not against the Muslim faith. We respect all of the faiths around the world, but we want to be clear and say, we do not believe him. We don't believe him at all. Yes, he knew Ryan Garcia was going to test positive, but we do not believe it was Allah that told him. Big mistake here. Before we finish, let's acknowledge a few crucial developments. 1, Ryan Garcia has been cleared for one of the banned substances, which was
Oh, I knew it. He's gonna say 19, right?
Or androsterone.
Yeah,
So that
no
only
androsterone.
leaves ostarine to be cleared. This is critical.
Posted a supplement on Twitter.
Number 2, remember the name Kim Sumler that was on the VADA letter that revealed Ryan Garcia's positive tests? She's the head of the New York State Athletic Commission, and ironically, she just resigned from the organization. She stepped down and resigned in the middle of this very bizarre case. The timing is very interesting. Number 3, Devin Haney and his attorney have written a letter to the New York State Athletic Commission complaining about Ryan Garcia and requesting that Devin Haney be declared the winner of the fight against Ryan Garcia. In this letter, they actually complain about Ryan Garcia being 3 pounds overweight, which is absurd considering Devin Haney's history of excessive weight gain and illegal rehydration tactics. Haney literally violated the rehydration rules in his last fight. Yet now his attorney writes a letter complaining about Ryan Garcia's 3 pounds and also demands to be declared the winner of the fight. This has never been done in boxing. This is completely absurd and hypocritical. Here is the worst part. We know how Devin Haney's brother found out a week earlier about Garcia's positive tests. We know how Ryan Garcia tested positive in the first place. We know why and how Devin Haney gains excessive amounts of weight after weigh-ins. We know why Victor Conte supports Devin Haney so seriously.
Anti-doping administration? WADA is the anti-doping agency that reported Ryan Garcia tested positive for video. No, wait, what the fuck? What? Yeah. Victor Conte denies having any close ties with Vader. But Victor Conte helped out put Vader together back in 2011.
I'm going to tell you something that we've never disclosed to anybody before, okay? And what we're working on, we've been working on this, and I'll tell you some of the names because they're already, this has been written about in the boxing magazines.
Okay.
Dr. Margaret Goodman, It's Dr. Flip Pomansky. I'm involved, and there's also another very high-profile anti-doping, world-renowned expert involved. We'll reveal who this is shortly, but he is one of the most credible people in the world of anti-doping. Has agreed to be involved. So, and it's called VADA, and VADA, V-A-D-A, stands for Voluntary Anti-Doping Agency. So this is what you're probably reading between the lines here. You know, what have I been talking with Zav about? What have I been talking with Donito about? What have I been talking with you know, Virgil Hunter, the trainer of Andre Ward, about? We've been working on this since September of last year. And we hope to implement in the near future.
And until we get a reasonable explanation from Ryan, the burden of proof is on him to prove there was no intent to cheat. Because otherwise, I don't care if somebody snuck into your room and spiked your toothpaste, you're going to be responsible. The burden is on him.
You're the biggest cheater in the history of the fucking sports world. And now because you can't make a living cheating anymore, you want to flip the other side and start calling people out and pointing fingers? I can't believe anybody even listens to this guy. Anybody even quotes this guy. Victor Conti is a two-faced piece of shit.
Well, have you heard his position, though? Why he
I don't
said
care
what
what
he
his
did?
position
Well, then
is. He's a scumbag.
But I'm definitely not on that Ryan Garcia pack because I heard it's laced with PEDs. Yeah, see you on the 22nd.
Like I said, this guy showed his character. He showed that he would do anything to win, including cheat. A guy that would do anything to win.
Wait.
I've never seen a bigger inside job in my life.
Whoa.
Do your research.
Whoa.
It's an inside fucking job.
Wait.
Victor Conte literally helped create VADA. Look it up. And this dude got banned from baseball, but we let him in boxing. What kind of bullshit is that? Snack is fucking gross. First of all, I remember I did work with them just for a fucking, you know, some payment back in the day. But guess what? I never even took them fucking supplements because I always felt like it was cheating. These motherfuckers are known cheaters. They know how to cheat. They know how to mask. And guess what? They know how to taint.
Again, bro, 25 pounds is a lot of weight, bro. That's like, yo, 25 pounds is a lot of weight. 25 pounds is like getting us 25 water bottles. Shit.
That everybody popped for Ostarine? Why is it that everybody popped for Ostarine? Come on,
I just drinking 25. Holy shit. Is that like 7? It's almost like, what, 8
Garcia's positive
8 liters?
We know how Ryan Garcia tested positive in the first place. We know why and how Devin Haney gains excessive amounts of weight after weigh-ins. We know why Victor Conte supports Devin Haney so seriously. There is information that will be coming directly from the inside of VADA and the inside of Devin Haney's camp, which brings us back to this strange image of Devin Haney.
It's like 12.
What's so strange about this image is that this video of Devin Haney was recorded 12 days after the fight, and he looks massive. Why is his skull so large? And why is the rest of his body so swollen? In comparison, he seems so swelled up at a much greater rate than Ryan Garcia only 12 days after the fight. So now we've laid the groundwork so that you can see the big picture of what's going on. We actually don't want to release the details because the information that we have can be very bad for several people if the details are released. However, if this deceptive plan continues, we will have to release the details because we're just tired of it. We will watch to see how this all plays out, and then we will make our decision. Is Devin Haney
like butterflies
really
like
the face of boxing? Is he really the best fighter in the world? Is he really better than Floyd Mayweather?
Hell no.
Or is he a boxer that is a part of one of the biggest fraudulent pushes in modern boxing history?
Gotta be honest though, it's pretty smart to do this because he lost and now we got the whole concurrently, nigga, apparently he got his win votes, you know what I'm saying? Now it's gonna be like, okay, it took $1 million from Garcia and it's like, bro, like did the investigation even clear? You know what I mean? I can be like, oh, David Haney won, but okay, look, even if you look, you gotta look at the fight, bro. Like, if you really think about it, right, bro, Garcia always gonna win because not only did it was a knockout, right, Bro, this if you watch the fight, bro, you know, bro. You know what I'm saying? He posted his supplement he was taking. It's like overproduction. We videoed up, bro. 25 pounds is a lot of weight. I mean, I'm on Garcia's side, bro. You feel me? Because it's like, it's almost like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen to him, because we can act like he just posted that shit. It was like, you know what I'm saying?